Stay clear,
3,
stay tuned.
2, 1,
Something's coming soon.
0. All engine running. Liftoff. We
Stay
have a
clear,
liftoff.
stay
32
tuned.
minutes past the hour.
We launch for you. We launch, stay tuned. Somewhere past noon. The city in bloom.
Hey everyone, welcome to Launched with Start of Miami. Today with Susan, and Susan has a incredible story that I'm not going to take away anything from. But she's a founder that I met at Dre's event. Dre, shout out to Dre. He used our chairs. But we love Dre and what he's done, and he creates experiences like this. And Susan, I would love for you to just tell the people more about what you do, who you are, and how you got started.
Sure. So, hi, I am Susan Aran. I am the CEO and founder of Radiate Kombucha, Drink Radiate. Um, and it's a really weird story how we got started because I never meant to start a kombucha company. I always joke that even our business plan is organic because we never had one. It's like one of those weird stories where the universe just put me in the right time at the right place. So if you circle back to Miami, pre-COVID, 2016, 2017, there really wasn't a lot of health and wellness and hospitality. I come from hospitality.
What it's like closer to you?
Like I come from the hospitality world.
Oh, gotcha.
I spent 18 years behind the bar, beverage directing, managing bars, restaurants. I worked in New York City. I opened some of the coolest places in New York and LA.
Yeah.
Um, and I did all of that as my side hustle while I paid my way through my degree to become a dietitian.
Wow.
So I was just always the focus was to become a nutritionist, become a dietitian, and start working clinically. And I really started working clinically. And honestly, I hated it. It was not for me. I was also studying yoga and wellness and holistic living and really I hated that world. So I became a private practice holistic health coach, and I used my degree a little bit and also everything else I've been studying. And I started doing farm to table dinners here in Miami.
Wow.
And I started working with farmers and restaurateurs and really talking about this process of how we source local and how we can localize our food system, because I think that's really the key to wellness and
Yeah.
vitality. Um, and so I opened up a pop-up shop for our basil, and it was at the Wynwood Yard.
Yeah.
And it was called Radiate Apothecary. And I was using locally foraged foods and
Wow.
taking whatever the farmers didn't sell at the farmers market and turning it into superfoods. So I had a fermentation CSA, and every week people would pick up their basket of fermented foods.
Wow.
So it was sauerkraut and kimchi and fermented nut cheeses. And I also was making beauty products out of foraged native plants. And I was trekking through the Everglades and foraging plants, and then going home and making hydrosols and beauty products and selling it at this cool little shop. And then I put the kombucha on draft just for fun.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's cool. People could come and fill up a growler of kombucha. And I was growing all the ingredients in my yard, all of the flavorings.
Yeah.
Um, and so then I got this idea to host a kombucha happy hour. So every Friday I would bring a local chef and a local farmer,
Wow.
or a restaurateur, and just really facilitate a conversation around localizing our food system.
Oh, that's really
How
good.
people could learn to eat locally and source locally and what that does for business and our economy and the body and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And I started building a little buzz around the kombucha happy hour. And one of the people who started coming to that was our local forager for Whole Foods. So back in the day, Whole Foods had local foragers. So they would scout out cool local brands.
Yeah.
And they essentially just asked me, have you ever thought about bringing your kombucha to market? It's the best kombucha we've ever had. And then all of my friends who owned restaurants where I worked and stuff, they started buying kombucha.
Yeah.
And so the kombucha just became this thing that I couldn't keep up with.
Mm.
And then I found myself making kombucha every day. And then I had to get a commercial kitchen and
Whoa.
I was still filling it in glass bottles. And it just became this moment where I couldn't ignore it.
Wow.
It was gaining so much traction. And I was I always say it's like a snowball rolling down a hill and I'm chasing after it.
Yeah.
And the business was really just driven and grown by the community. And at some point I had to be okay, wait, hold on. There's a real business,
Yeah.
you know? Um, Yeah, and so eventually, like, mid-COVID, we launched at Whole Foods, and it was kind of still like a side hustle.
Yeah.
And then about a year and a half ago, we did, like, an official capital raise and decided to, like, really scale it nationally, and now we're sort of off to the races. We're, like, doing the damn thing.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. So now we have 4 2,000-gallon fermenters, like, when we first got them, we had, like, our 11-person team meeting
Yeah.
inside of one. Like,
Yeah.
we can all sit inside.
What?
It's huge. So we've
Wow.
got 4 of those, and we're, like, really producing now. We're, like, cooking with gas.
That's that's so crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's such a crazy
Because people are
story.
like, "Oh, you must love kombucha," and I'm like, "Not really." Like,
Yeah.
I love community.
Mm.
I love being a founder. I
Yeah.
love the part of the business that I love is, like, collaborating. Like, every one of our seasonal flavors, we feature a local farm and
Mm.
we feature a local nonprofit. So whether it's, like,
Wow.
cleaning up Biscayne Bay, or our current one is, like, partnering with Lotus House Women's Shelter, and,
Yeah.
like, we try to do something to, like, constantly drive attention back to our own community and put resources back. Like, it's always got a QR code on every can to, like, donate money to a nonprofit
Yeah.
or feature a local farmer or whatever it is. So, like, the idea is really to keep building community and putting our attention and our energy back into our own community.
That is remarkable on so many different ways. It's economic enrichment, environment enrichment, people enrichment,
Yeah.
all of this. And this isn't, it's just like cool kombucha, but it seems like your mission was so drip. Like you have a deeper mission behind your kombucha,
Always.
which is what I
Yeah.
picked up at the event. It was like, yeah, I make kombucha, but it's part of a deeper belief, that deep understanding of what's around you can heal you. Can you speak more to that?
Good. Yeah, so our mission statement is cultivating culture, community, and compassion. And so we talk about this word culture a lot because, like, what is the culture of Miami? Like, right? Like,
Mm,
what makes Miami Miami? What makes the 305 the 305, right? Like, why are we obsessed with this place? Why is it growing so fast? Why is it becoming the healthiest city in the world? Like, why? And it's the culture that we're creating, but also culture is a pun, right? It also refers to our microbiome. Like,
mm.
our culture that is built of the microbacteria. We have more bacteria in our body than cells. We have
Wow.
over 300 trillion microbacteria. Like, everything we think, feel is driven by our culture, our microbiome. So we're literally cultivating a culture, and
Mm.
I take that really seriously. Like,
Yeah.
when you drink a can of Radiate kombucha, you are drinking a live culture. So, like, we, like, play sound healing for our kombucha because we're literally growing a living creature. I don't know if people realize that. Like,
Yeah.
kombucha is alive and it's full of probiotics, and you drink that, and those probiotics start living inside of you. And if they're healthy and your biome is strong enough, reproducing inside of you, and you become part of that culture.
That's amazing.
And so, like, if we can pour goodness and love and beauty and, good vibes and energy and, like, our ocean and the soil that we live on by using naturally, like, locally grown things without pesticides and fertilizers, if we can put that all into something and then we drink it and it spreads and it spreads and it spreads and it spreads, like, we're actually cultivating culture. And that's what's building the city that we live in. And pre-COVID, Miami was not the Miami it is now.
Mm.
And I felt like there was this really cool group of people in Wynwood doing really cool stuff at the time. We were collaborating and doing farm to table dinners and, like, helping each other, and the support local program was grown, and like I said all the time, like, we're building the city we want to live in. We're
Mm.
building the city we want to live in. And I think that Radiate has been a big part of that.
That is amazing.
I don't know if that answered your question.
That answers the question so much because it's not just kombucha, it's culture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And kombucha is one tool of how you're rebuilding the culture. And it's funny because it's literally rebuilding the culture in your body
Yeah,
and metaphorically rebuilding the culture of Miami and how we consume things.
totally. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I
amazing.
could talk all day about it. It's, like, my
Yeah.
favorite thing, and cultivating community and, like, supporting all communities, not just, like, the wellness community or, like, the this community, that community, but, like, really what is supporting cultivating community mean, right? And
Yeah.
compassion, like, it's more than just, like, Instagram wellness
Yeah.
shit, like,
Yeah.
how do we really, really cultivate compassion for each other And that's by doing all of the things that we do.
That's so that's so powerful. That's so good. Oh, man. It's so crazy because it's like, so many people always say, like, "What's your message? What's your mission?" And people are like, "Well, to make more no, it's not about the you're
No.
talking about the compassion,
Yeah,
the culture, the healing of the city, and it just because you were so driven by that,
totally.
it's turned into what's it you said 2, 4,000? How big is that?
Yeah,
Give people, like, how
it's
big is
big.
that?
So like, I don't know. I mean, how do I explain it? Like you've gone to like a beer brewery. You
Yeah.
see those like big ass tanks? We
Yes.
have 4 of those,
Oh, wow.
right? So like we're cooking.
Yeah, that's a lot of
And
product.
also when you think about like how crazy that is, like most CPG products that you find on the market, they take like 1 to 3 days to make.
Yeah.
It's like fast, fast,
Mhm.
fast. Our kombucha takes 3 weeks to make
Oh, wow.
because it's slow fermented. Like
Mm.
it's cultured. And I think that in itself is also like an active revolution in like these like fast-paced times. Like we're cultivating a product that doesn't it's not lab-grown probiotics. Like most of the kombucha you find on the shelf
Yeah.
has lab-grown probiotics.
Okay.
Um, which like, they don't have the lifespan that cultured probiotics do. That they're not gonna like you're gonna drink them and they're gonna be like a one-shot dose. They're
Wow.
not gonna really cultivate in your system.
Mhm.
But when we slow brew them and we use like these ancestral techniques, they're cultured over time and they have real like they got real legs on them.
Yeah.
Um, so it takes 3 weeks to make. Like it's a
Mm.
2-week initial ferment, then we add flavorings and we're in-house cold press organic juicing, everything. We're
Yeah.
sourcing from local farmers. We're like
Yeah.
no plastic, all stainless, like everything pH balanced, like everything we do is like with the utmost intention in mind. And we're aiming to be zero waste by 2028.
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
That's
crazy. It's really lofty. My team looks at
yeah.
me and they're like, "We're already doing so much. Like, what are you talking about?" Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it. We're gonna get there. Um, so yeah, like everything we do is really just with this like pure intention in mind, and like I won't compromise. Like I just won't. And people look at me sometimes like I'm crazy. Like you're not gonna make money like that, and I'm like, watch me,
Yeah.
because I think that if we do things the right way, like we can actually do things the right way.
Oh, there's
And I refuse to keep doing business like in that old way because it's not anymore. Like we can do things different.
that's so much alignment. Oh my god, I got actual questions, but there's so much alignment to like
all day
there's so much alignment to what we stand for and ultimately what that's the truth. You don't have to do business by cutting corners anymore. You can have true integrity behind your mission and execute it if you want to execute it
You
that
have
way.
to now, right? Like
Yeah.
because we have AI. Like
Mhm.
and everything can be done simply. Like I could put into AI like build me a business plan for a kombucha that will make this amount of revenue and like tell me how to do it, give me step by step and like how to do it in 3 years.
Yeah.
And it will give me a plan. Anybody could do that.
Correct.
But like nobody could do what I'm doing because nobody cares the way I care. Like I'm the only me. And I think that's what's important for founders to hear. Like if you move from a place of like really who you are and what you want to manifest in this world and you do it with integrity, you can't get that from AI.
Makes sense.
Like you can't bullshit that.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like people are always like, "Do you have trademark? Do you have this and do you have that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean I do, but like I don't care. I'm not worried.
Mm.
Nobody could be me. Nobody could do what I do cuz it's just mine."
Yeah.
And it came out of this community. It came out of like the culture of like that moment of Winwood, like 2016, 2017, 2018. Like
Yeah.
there was this vibe happening that is what we're living in now. Like the city we're
That's
living in is from that. And like you can't get that from AI.
you sure can. Oh my god! Let me pull up my notes because we wouldn't be here all day because there's so much alignment. There's so much truth to what you said. The community birthed it. Man, hold on. Let me get to my notes before we go on the whole tangent. And then we'll be like, what did you talk about? Everything.
What didn't we talk about?
Awesome. Oh, that's so aligned. So the first question I have is when people first started paying attention to what you were building, what did you show them that made them believe?
I mean, I think it's truth, right? Like when you eat from the ground that you live on, right? Like when we build healthy soil, like you can't deny that it's it tastes better. You feel better. Like when you take probiotics, fermented foods in your body, you feel vibrant. Like my brand is called Radiate because people would always tell me like you just radiate. Like you don't, what do you do to like radiate? What's your skin like? What do you do for your skin? What do you do for your health? And I'm like, I eat locally. Like that's it. I don't use anything on my skin. Like I don't, like everything I do comes from the earth. Like that's where wellness and vitality comes from.
Yeah.
So I think if you give people the experience of like what that feels like to really be like in tune with your environment and with nature, you don't have to convince anybody of anything because it's undeniable. Once you plug into nature and everything that God offers us, like that's all we need.
That's amazing. That's so good. That's so light and thorough.
Keep telling me how good I am.
No, it's because there's so many people where it's like if I bring in a beverage CEO and I say, "What made you believe?" They're not going to say truth. They're gonna say, "Well, I had this demo, I had this product, and we had this marketing campaign, and I
Nice to
posted."
meet you.
Yeah,
Welcome.
yeah,
Yes, but we're doing things different. I mean,
exactly.
yeah, I mean, I have no bandwidth for that. Like, I
Mhm.
just can't. When we did the capital raise, like, when we would meet with certain investors, I was like, no, that's not gonna work. Like, if you don't
Mm.
get it, if you're not like on the team and you don't see what I'm doing,
Yeah,
it's not it. That ain't it. Like, and so like there were so many people we said no to
yeah.
because like you just got to be on the team. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not gonna convince you.
Okay, that's great. I really now this is actually is a perfect segue for the second question. When it came down to, okay, I have two it's kind of like a joint question because there's two different parts.
Sure.
When you have your first 50 customers who had the kombucha, what was that like? Like, how what did it be like, "Oh, wow, this is actually
You know,
booming."
I can't talk about I don't remember, like, the first 50 customers,
Yeah.
but what I can tell you, like, what still happens now, which is, like, I still wig out, is, like, when I'm out and about and I see people drinking it,
Mhm.
and, like, I text my team, like, we have, like, a hashtag, it's called Radiate in the Wild,
Yeah.
because 'cause I'll be, like, walking down the design district, down the street, or, like, in Wynwood, or, like, driving into Whole Foods, and, like, I see someone with a can, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, "Oh my god!" That's, like, not even my friend,
Mm.
like, I still have that thing that's, like, only my friends buy it or, like, only but, like or, like, like, when I go to events and people are like, "Oh, I buy this all the time." And I'm like, "You do? Like, for real?" You know?
Yeah.
Or I have friends in other cities,
Mhm.
who are like, "Oh my god, I walked into, like, someone in Kansas or,
Wow.
Omaha or LA or New York, and they're like, "Oh my god, I walked into the store and I found Radiate." And I'm like, "No shit? Like, you did?"
That's
Like,
great.
it's still crazy to me. Like, it's
Mm.
still crazy. I'm like, "Oh, snap.
Oh,
We're
snap.
doing something."
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm. That's great. Now, so you had your so it was like you felt that like, "Oh, wow, it's happening," right?
Yeah. I mean, every day I'm still, like, shocked.
Mhm. So now that the business is, like, booming, you got the everything going now, what do you do to the how do you make sure that you're sharing it to the right partners, to the right people to partner with? Because like you said, it's not everybody sees the success, but everyone doesn't buy into the mission. How are you sharing and showing that message that way?
I mean, at this point, I let the product speak for itself.
Mm.
Like, there had to be a moment too where, like, for so long, I was the brand. Like, it was just me. It was me. It was me. It was me on, like, our social, on our this, on our that. Like, it was me. I was the brand. And, like, now I've taken a step back and I'm like, no, let's let the product speak for itself. And it is a live culture. And, like, this is going to sound a little woo woo, but, like, it drives itself. Like, it's a lot. Just like, if you talk to a plant negatively every day, like the plant dies. And if you feed it compliments, like it thrives. Or like you see the same thing with water, right? Like it's living. And like this is a living product and it's a living being. And I think I just trust that it's doing its thing. So like, at this point, it's like everybody and anybody, like
Mhm.
just just buy it. So we need a volume, like we need mass volume. We're pitching to like big hotels and supermarkets and cruise ships and like the idea is to get like as much of it out there as humanly possible
Mm.
because it's gonna find its people, and if
Oh, wow.
if kombucha can become like a crossover into functional beverage, into non-alcoholic, if people, like I go to on like the boat with friends and I'm not drinking a ton of alcohol anymore
Yeah.
because like I got too much stuff in my life I need to show up for. So like
Exactly.
I'll just drink kombucha instead and like that's awesome, and like there's this huge zero proof movement now where
Exactly.
people aren't drinking as much and people want functional components in their beverages like
Yeah.
superfoods and adaptogens and like every one of ours has that. So I just trust that like our culture is shifting to a way where like people get it.
Yeah.
I don't have to like force it down people's throats or be really choosy because just the right people are going to find it.
That's good. When did you get to the point, like you said, the product had to speak for itself? So many founders are the brand. What do you say to those people who are like, well, I have to share and show the message? When did you get to a point where the product is what it is, the service is what it is? It can,
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be in the beginning, right? Because there's so many products. Like there's so many products. And so like, now it's like how do we how do we tell our story without people hearing it from me?
yeah.
Right? So it's like storytelling on the can, right? Like I think for people who are starting new brands, our founders, like it has to be you because what else are people buying?
Mm,
Until they know it, right? But
yeah.
like that first step, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on the product too,
Yeah, for sure,
right?
for
Like,
sure.
but when was that moment for me? I don't know. And I think that's also like the whole part of it is like it's a constant conversation between the
Yeah.
business and myself and my team and my community and it's all about consciousness like right like if you're plugged in and you're constantly asking that question and you're constantly awake and aware you can't help but be in tune with that moment
Yeah.
like it wasn't contrived it didn't come from a marketing team
Yeah.
I can tell you that like it's just
Yeah.
we're in conversation with it all and I'm very much an active participant.
That's good.
I'm the CEO, I'm also the founder, I'm also, like I joke, like, the toilet bowl cleaner, like,
Yeah.
and no matter how big the brand gets, like, I'm still gonna be in that role until I'm not anymore.
Mm, that's good. On to my next question. This has been such a great interview with that. Man, okay. So at what point did you ask people to commit? Or like what was the realize we was like, okay, we're committing. And now we're going, like you said, balls to the wall, big boy status. Like it's no longer like a cute thing.
Mhm.
When did you when did you first commit and then would you ask other people to commit to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we did the capital raise, I
Mhm.
had that moment of, like, "Oh my god," like, people are just pouring hundreds of thousands of dollars into my business, like, what? And so, like, then it just became this great responsibility of, like,
Yeah.
okay, I have a team.
Mhm.
I have 3 little kids, like, I have a family, I have a team of 11 people, like,
Mhm.
they all have families, like, there is, like, real responsibility here.
Yeah.
So, I think that was when there was, like, real like, so many zeros, but I was like, "Oh, so this isn't, like, my side hustle anymore," because up until that point, I was still doing working as a nutritionist part-time. I was still like private chefing a bit. I like
Yeah.
was working sort of like freelance different events and I
Mm.
would just like, I was like coasting and this was sort of like my side hobby that I was like it was just sort of there doing the
Yeah.
thing and growing, 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 building legs, but it wasn't really like making money. I was bootstrapping.
Yeah.
And then when we did the capital raise, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like, we need in, and I need my team in, and I'm all in. Like, I had to put down all the other work as much as I love it. Like, love teaching yoga, and like, it feeds my soul. But like, everything else has to get put away right now because it's time to go. And we have this like energy that the brand is
Yeah.
building, and like, it's go time. So let's ride this wave and take it and go, and let's go.
That's amazing, though. When you think of I'm thinking about all the commitments that you're thinking you have the commitments from the investors, your
Yeah,
employees.
yeah.
Um, what made them what made you realize that you needed other people's commitment to help you?
Yeah, I mean, this is a crazy thing. Like building a CPG brand from scratch without any initial capital, without any seed money,
Yeah.
like it's a certain kind of crazy,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
And like my people are always like, "Oh, who are your competitors?" And I'm like, "Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Amazon. So like this is crazy. Like who the hell do I think I am? And then,
Yeah.
you know, and so I don't remember the question.
No, so the question was is like, when did you realize like you needed other
Oh,
people's
right.
commit?
Like there just got that moment where I was like, I can't go up against these big guys myself. You know, for the longest time, I felt like I was like chasing after this snowball rolling down the hill, but I was also like climbing this mountain by myself, and like I'm climbing, and like the mountain just keeps getting bigger. And you get to the summit and you're like, oh my God, this isn't the summit. This is like,
The first like
just the first switchback.
mm,
Like, shit, man. I got like, and I just started to get really tired.
mm,
And I think that's the other thing is like a founder, it can be really lonely. Like,
exactly.
you're just like solo coasting and you're like, is anybody out there? Like, can anybody hear me?
Mhm.
And so that moment where like we did the capital raise and I asked my team to like really be all in with me, I just remember like we did like kind of a ritual. I had like everybody over to the house and we sat in a circle and we like did the whole thing. And I just remember like closing my eyes and like my vision was that like I was climbing that mountain, but like they were all behind me pushing me.
Wow.
And like all of my team and my investors and then our community, like everyone is driving this brand forward.
Mm,
And that's beautiful. Like
yeah.
that feels so supported and that feels like okay, it's not just me and my crazy ideas about eating local and wellness and cultivating culture, but now it's like all these people also believe in the same thing.
Mm.
And like they're also like this is breathing life into so many people.
Yeah.
And so like I got to work hard for everybody.
Hmm. That's an amazing feeling to be supported, but it's also amazing responsibility, huge responsibility, not only to the people, but also to the people who are committed just to buying a can.
Yeah. It's a
What
gift.
yeah, so what was it like when you had to look at like your investors like face to face and like you wrote me this check? How now what? Like what was that like realizing like now you're accountable to them too?
Yeah. I mean, like, you don't know me well, but I feel like you already know me. Like, this
Yeah.
is who I am.
Mhm.
This is what I do. This is how I like the way I do one thing is the way I do everything. So, like,
Yeah.
I just never bullshitted. And I told them, like, I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing, but I
Mm,
promise I believe in what I do. I promise I'm going to work harder than anybody you know. Um, and that's what I can give you. That's what I can offer.
mhm.
I'm not going to pretend to have something I don't have. Like, it's not how I do.
Yeah.
So, like, in or out,
Mm.
you know?
That's you know how much they're not taught that? You really have to come with the suit and the, "Well, I have this 5-year projection," and all of these
I've like
different
literally asked
things.
people to leave.
Wow.
So I was like, not it. I need that. Like, I need some of that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I need help with that,
Mhm.
to be clear. Like,
Yeah.
I need partners and investors who know how to help me drive this because I don't have a business background.
Yeah.
But I also need those people who believe in what we're doing and the mission. And I think it's like a very special kind of person who's like, yeah, I have this knowledge. I work for this bank or that bank, or I invested in this brand and like this is how I made my money. But what you're doing is important to me. And that's how I want to see the world too.
Wow.
And so I think, it's that sort of like niche person.
Mhm. That's so good because we're taught, especially now in the move fast era, present, post, pose, all these different things, and you're just like, "This is I work hard, I believe in what I got," and it was enough. It was more than enough. It was everything that everyone needed, and that's such a key message because we see so many people trying to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
To a but all they really need is to get deeper inside who they are.
Yeah. You just got to know yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that was the gift that like I got to do all of this while I was becoming a mom and like taking care of my family because it's sort of like that moment where like it's not the most important thing in the world, like my family is.
Mm.
And like I have no other way to move because my kids are watching.
Yeah.
Like I have no other way to move. This is
Mm.
so like, no fucks era, maybe. That I don't know. Like it's just where I'm at. But like
Yeah.
and that's not to say that like we've made it. Like we are still like every day there's like a new, oh my God,
What's gonna happen?
we're in deep trouble. Like,
Mhm.
Whole Foods just like postponed our expansion for the next year and we're kind of like, oh my God, what's next? I got to do this. I got to build revenue in another way. Like, it's not to say that like we've made it and we're just like chilling, we're not. Like, we're still climbing this massive mountain. And every day I'm like, what am I going to do when the business goes under? What's my next hustle? Like I always have that sort of like thing here, but also I'm not worried because I do believe in what we're doing.
That's people, you have to believe deep in what you're doing enough to conquer all of those fears, and you don't have to pose to be something that you're not
No.
at all. Like a lot of people are taught to create this persona,
Yeah.
and Susan's like, "No, I'm Susan. This is what happens."
I mean, I tell my kids every day, like, you can't be brave if you're not scared.
Ooh.
Like, it's what I tell my little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't be brave if you're not scared.
That's so can't be brave if you're not scared or quotable. I'm writing that down.
I'm sure I didn't make it up, but like, it's true.
Mhm.
And I feel like that way.
Yes. So my question is when you had when everything started going, what were you like? What was it like to like grow and grow the brand? And when did you realize you had people who would fight for the brand? I call them like champions, brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
What was it like when you saw those 3 to 5 people just go hard for Radiate in ways that you couldn't even explain?
Yeah. I mean, I feel so blessed because, like, that's why, like, I was never the champion in the beginning.
Oh wow.
Like, it was other people that were championing. And like,
Mm,
I always like, there was this moment where like, I just got a random email one day from Whole Foods saying we were like taken off shelves.
mm,
And I was like, what? And I started like emailing people like crazy. Like,
mm,
every at that point, like they were just getting bought by Amazon. And like,
yeah,
I was like, oh my God, like I can't get a human. I can't get
yeah,
and like our local forager, like the guy who like was sort of like representing us, but at this point, he's representing like 300 local brands. He's like got
yeah.
like 7 states or something crazy. Like, it's not local anymore. And he was like, no, I believe in your brand. Like, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. And then like that moment where like people ask to bring us to market, or like a really cool bar or restaurant is like, hey, we're gonna put you on our cocktail list. And I'm like,
Wow.
no shit, really? Like,
Yeah.
like there are so many moments where people just like show up for the brand and show up for me. And I am so humbled by those moments because I am the first one to like, well, not anymore, but like I used to be the first one to like stop believing, to
What?
be like, yeah, no, like this isn't it. This is. But like
Mm,
when those people around you are like, no, no, we got you. Or like, I don't know. It's like my husband and I have this joke where he's always like, wee, because it's like a roller coaster, right? Like being a founder is like one day you're flying so high and literally 5 minutes later, you're like, it's terrible. I can't do this. Like, this is the worst.
yeah.
And like, it's like every time you hit one of those lows, one of those angels or champions shows up. Always,
Mm.
every single time, like without fail, something amazing gets like dropped.
Wow.
And like, I don't know why. I don't know how. I'm just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Because like every time it's something beautiful. I think like, no, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. We can't survive this. We can't survive this. And like, I just open my email or I open a text or I bump into someone on the street and they're like, hey, I was thinking about this for Radiate. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh, snap. That's it. You know?
Mhm.
So it's like, I think it's a lot about trusting and just riding the roller coaster, riding the waves. And it's
Yeah.
like surfing.
That's amazing. Knowing how you are, I could see how it naturally attracted those type of champions, but what did so many people, like, try to force it? Like, you
Yeah.
see the brand ambassadors, the influencers, the affiliate marketing, so on and so forth. How did you just naturally cultivate those people?
I think like we're at this point now where like we're starting to have to do that. Right. Like, oh my God, now we have to like come up with like an influencer marketing plan. You like our next expansion. Like, we're launching on Amazon next week and like
Mhm.
we're building an influencer marketing plan around that. And I'm like, oh, like this is gross. Like I don't like it. Like I don't like it.
Yeah.
Um, so for me it's like I just like look for the part of it that's fun.
Mm,
Like, how can I make this about building community? How
mm,
can I make this like, because this like, as I could be like, oh, it's gross, like people want to get paid for it. But then the other perspective It's like, wow, how beautiful. They're making a career out of like things they believe in and like sharing that on social. So like how can I reframe it in my head to be like, oh no, we're building community. Like this is fun. This is part of the and like, it's also like I get to do that.
Yeah.
Because there was a time where like I couldn't have imagined this.
Mm,
So it's like everything is a gift. And if I can make it fun and like treat that like generating champions or whatever it is, generating like more energy behind the brand as just like sharing
yeah.
and like as a gift that I get to do instead of I'm forced to do, then like I feel like maybe, it's just a reframe.
That's
I
amazing.
don't know if that answers the question.
It does, because it answers the question because it's you reframe you're the champions and ambassadors of people. You find other people who believe and who only promote what they believe in.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how you guys and because of that thread,
Totally.
they can become a champion and you don't have a problem with them championing your brand.
Yeah, that's like the cultivating compassion part. It's like, okay, I believe that you're doing the best you can.
Yeah.
I believe that she's doing the best she can and they're doing the best they can.
Yeah.
And if you believe that of me, then like we can help each other.
Uh,
Cause like at this point, it's like all of us, pardon me, but like against the man, like we're going up against Amazon and like like that's none of us stand a chance.
exactly.
But like, what do we have? Like honestly, not even Amazon. We're up against AI.
Yeah. The
The
machine. The
This
literal
literal
machine.
machine is like what we're going up against at this point. And so like what do we have? Like we got spirit. We got humanity. We got love. We got God. Like that's just ours. Nobody could take that. So if we see that in each other and we help each other, we got something.
That's amazing. That's super powerful. I mean, this has been a great interview. I like this has been so like there's so much alignment. There's so much things that are just in line with what we stand for as a business, but in general, personally, like I truly believe everything that you say, and it's so critical to how we as people have to unite.
Yeah.
It's so critical. All right, this is the next question. Okay, when you came down to like spreading the word about Radiate, um, and having and like you said, those champions and stuff like that. How did that happen? Like, how did people go and spread the word? Obviously, it was you. Then it was the employees. Then it's world whole food. Like, how did that fire turn into like little spark turn into a wildfire? And then you said, well, sometimes the wildfire dies, and then sometimes it roars back up again. Like, what's that like?
That's the culture.
Mhm.
That's the little probiotics, like the little microbacteria. Like they're just doing their thing
Yeah.
and we're just feeding them, you
Mm,
know? I
there.
know it sounds crazy.
Yeah, it does a little bit, but I understand it because that's what.
That's culture.
Yeah.
Like things ebb and flow and things grow and like what you water grows. And
Mm,
and I think I don't know. I just think we could do some if we do something right and we do it with real humanity and real clear intention and like real love, people are drawn to that.
that's good.
Yeah, you can't fake it.
That's great.
So I don't know. I mean, we like it's a roller coaster and like it's terrifying.
Hmm.
But again, it's like also a gift. Like, how do I get to do this? At one point, I was like, pouring shots behind the bar on double shifts 6 days in a row as a single mom. And like
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh my God, I have my beautiful family and my big, beautiful business. I'm on podcasts. I'm a CEO. Like, holy heck, like I could never have imagined this life for myself. And so if I just like really stay tapped into that gratitude and just stay driven on my mission, I think it's gonna be okay.
Wow. Well, the last thing I have to say is, it's not even a question, but just inspiring words to founders, business owners anywhere. Do you have any like words of wisdom, comfort, growth that they could take from
Yeah.
you right here, right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so much about knowing yourself and like knowing where to come home to because you're gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days and like you have to be a certain kind of crazy to be a founder. Like you have to I heard someone say once like you have to be like a little bit crazy and a little bit have a huge ego and a little bit narcissistic. And like you have to be like a little bit of a sociopath because you believe that like you can do something that no one else can do. And that's kind of crazy. Um, but you have to know like where to come home to. And so like I have my family, I have my, my spiritual practices, I have my source, I have my physical activities. Like I have the things that ground me in who I am and what I believe. And so no matter how horrible of a day I can have or how many like pallets of kombucha explode that we have to throw out and how much revenue is lost that we like literally have to wash down a drain, like I know where to come home to.
Mm.
And I'm like, I know my why and I know my purpose. And I know I was put on this earth for a reason. And so find the things that like bring you back home and just go back there. And then get a good night's sleep and take a hot shower and go for a run and like get the heck back out there because like nothing can replace hard work. And I think that's like, so many people think there's like an easy way or a quick way. It's like, yeah, we're like a 10-year overnight success, People are like, how'd you do it so fast? And I'm like, I have been grinding, like grinding. When I started this business, I was still behind the bar. Like I was literally a single mom pouring shots, and like then I'd wake up and like talk about health and wellness and teach a 6 a.m. yoga class and like just hustling. Like nothing can replace hard work. And so like find your place to come home to, find your why and work really freaking hard.
There it is.
And good luck.
Well, everyone, this is an episode of Launch with Startup Miami and Susan Aran. Where can they find out more about Radiate and you?
Our social, Drink Radiate, our website, Drink Radiate, our telepathic communications, Drink Radiate. Go to Whole Foods, go on our website, buy some, share some. When you go to a dinner party, instead of bringing a bottle of wine, bring a 6-pack of kombucha. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, drink more kombucha.
All right. Everyone, take care and God bless.
Stay
3,
stay tuned.
2, 1,
Something's coming soon.
0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff.